You don't think he want to be looked at as the best president of all time? I don't know what I might do if I was president and everybody criticizing me about the economy or this or that. I might try to really fuck around and fix the shit.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
I wonder if they took a census on whether Americans agree that foreigners, even admitted to this country legally, should be able to be on public assistance. So a lot of this stuff that Trump is doing, you might just not understand it. You might just be running off whatever the fuck you see on your social media feed with no information. And I know when people is doing that, because if I'm talking to you and you just start bugging and cursing and going crazy with no, like, you don't know how to convey your point to somebody. Be like, well, the reason I believe this is because of this point, this point, this point, this point. And by the way, this is a fact, but I've never had that done.
In the way that most people in the West have even paid attention to what's going on in Iran. In just 3 days, we don't have an exact death toll, but it could be more people than have been killed in Gaza in over the 3 years.
Oh my God.
Nah, hold on, gang.
I mean, you can so just invent statistics.
We just had Homegirl talk about
I want to wake y'all up to something. I want to wake y'all up to something. Right? I want to wake y'all up to something. Just a different state of mind. Right? You know what? Let's get to this Iran thing first, and we're going to go to that.
70 or 80,000 in Gaza.
I got him elected twice. He was a stone cold loser.
You're a stone cold loser. You're a...
Now look, y'all see, Trump was talking about Rand Paul, right? I just watched Rand Paul the other day on Joe Rogan, and I don't think he's a stone cold loser. I don't agree with Trump right there. But I'm also intelligent enough to understand that it's politics going on. And they actually might be feeling this way and going back and forth over some shit that I just don't understand at this moment. But there's another level to it. The next level is when you don't understand some shit, you can admit to yourself that you just don't understand some shit. Right?
I guess he's got this stone cold stunner thing that's happened to him, and maybe he's confused and thinks I'm Steve Austin.
As the bodies of protesters pile high in
The religious government.
Okay, so here we go, right? But that's what I wanted to, because The
problem is when bombs begin dropping from Americans, will that shift the anger of the people away from their mullahs? Will they rally around their flag, and will nationalism supplant? Will the anger towards America dropping bombs be greater than their anger towards the mullahs? So I think there's a
Now, basically what Rand Paul is saying is, look, because Trump said, hey, man, now look, for all the protesting and stuff, and I want to see, let's see if we can ask Gemini. And if you watching and you know offhand how many protesters have been killed in Iran, just put it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know what the numbers is that you heard. Hey, Gemini, in the unrest that's going on right now in Iran with the people protesting, how many protesters have been reportedly killed?
It's been difficult to get clear numbers due to internet and phone blackouts, but reports vary pretty widely. Some sources are estimating at least 2,000 people have been killed, while others...
Keep going.
As I was saying, others might put the number closer to a few hundred. It's really challenging to get a precise count because of the communication disruption.
Okay, Gemini, you said some sources put it at 2,000, some sources put it at a few hundred. When is the last time in the United States that a few hundred or a few thousand protesters have been killed.
Mass casualty events like that are really uncommon in the United States. There have been significant protests and instances of violence in the past, but the scale of thousands or even hundreds of protests...
So you saying it's not even comparable?
The scales are very different, yes.
Okay, so check this out, right? Oh, never mind. So, pardon me. Thank you, Gemini. We appreciate you, right? So this ain't something you know about. You never lived in a country where you could protest, where you protesting, and the police really just open fire on the whole crowd. This is not something you are even familiar with. But I think like a human. And I understand certain governments, right? So right now, our government will give like benefits. Don't our government give benefits? I hate that, man. Oh! You remember when, the food stamps getting cut off, we all gonna starve. Nobody came back. Nobody who said anything to me. I said, hey, so when it don't happen, I said that I'm talking about to all almost, anybody that I'm close to that get food stamps or dealing food stamps, I had this conversation with. Nobody came back to me and even said, my bad, I was wrong on that call. Because if you got to do that consistently, if you got to come to somebody and be like, yo, my bad, I was wrong about that. You're going to get tired of saying, my bad, I was wrong about that, right? If that's what you upholding. And eventually you're going to want to be right. Because who want to run around talk about how wrong they was all day? Nobody. So don't be wrong. Because you can be wrong by yourself. Like in a box, in a hole by yourself. But when you interacting with other humans, the more wronger you are and standing on the wrong, the more you traumatize people. And that's why the whole black community is traumatized the way it is now. Because it started a long time ago. Ain't nobody was willing to live or die for none of us. And like I said, it's somebody that's on this planet now that fully believes that I live or die for them. And so when I do win and all the chatter gonna come, people gonna talk shit about me because they gonna hate. Everybody can't go. So when I get to go, it's gonna be a bunch of people that's gonna be like, damn, that nigga won, And I'm gonna be like, hey, man. But I'm gonna have somebody here that's gonna be like, oh, nah, he one of them niggas that's wanting to live or die for us. So we traumatized. And at the same time, we spoil you. Yeah, I said it. You are spoiled to be an American. Look at all the stuff you complain about. Venezuela got all that oil. And remember when we was covering it? They had citizens going on hunger strikes and unaliving themselves. Iran got money. They was spending their money on other stuff, and the people ain't feeling like they getting to it. People ain't feeling like they benefiting. And so when you see this, when Trump say, yo, if you keep killing protesters, man, we might intervene. It's going to be some smoke. But then you hear Rand Paul say, well, will the people... Wait a minute, Rand Paul... We ain't putting boots on the ground, right? And we got precision bombs and strikes. Oh, things have changed. Did we not just see what happened in Venezuela? We ain't lose no American soldiers. And the people want to overthrow them. So it won't be hard. And when you hungry and you're back to the wall and you downtrodden, you want the help. Oh, boo, what is that? Boo, how you... I'll take it to some historical shit, because listen. A lot of people are sheep, and you need a shepherd. Don't fret at being a sheep. There's nothing wrong with being a sheep. The sheep is actually just as important as the shepherd. Because how you going to have a shepherd without sheep? The shepherd need to be precise. The shepherd need to be knowledgeable. The shepherd need to be on point. The shepherd need to have tenacity in the will. So I want to tell y'all something. I often wonder how Cortez got off that boat with, 500-600 men and tore South America up like that. Because I'm like, they had millions of people. The Aztecs, how could they just beat them? They must have had well superior weapons. No, it wasn't that. The Aztecs was colonizers. And it's crazy because I hear a lot of Mexican people refer to themselves as being a part of the Aztecs and all this. But the Aztecs came from like present day Colorado. You don't know that you was there. You don't know. And they came down into Mexico deep, right? Because right where the Aztecs lived is now like the Mexico City area around there, right? And the surrounding areas. So when Cortez and them got off the boat and started turning up, the people was with them. The people in Venezuela was ready. They was oppressed and getting smoked out. The people in Iran is ready, oppressed and getting smoked out. And we human. And right now, America is not isolationist, right? But let me tell y'all something about that, right? Because you remember after World War I, America was like, oh, no, like, we isolationists. But then World War II was going on. And y'all know that guy from Germany who name had an A and an H in it? It was Adolf H. Y'all ain't want America to help stop him?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
You just taking a side, you confused, and you ain't got nothing better to do. And you think you getting information, but you're not doing research. Research ain't gonna come to you. You ain't gonna just put your phone on and go through your algorithm and get research the right information. You gotta start to watch things that you don't feel like watching. You gotta open up your ears to things that you don't feel like hearing. Do I think that we should just start bombing all over Iran as Americans? No. But I'm going to tell you, I think if there are people being genocided or suffering immensely anywhere, I think all humans should have a problem with that. I think that that's how they start coming up with human rights. Like, wait, hold on. We live in a different time. You can't just do that to your people. Because we all human. Your son, if you black, can marry and create beautiful children with an Iranian woman. Your son, if he Mexican, can marry and create beautiful children with a Rohingya from Myanmar. We are human. And yeah, sometimes humans get to interfering and it don't work out right. But think about the times when we interfered and it worked out right. Think about all the abolitionists and the white people that interfered in slavery and it worked out right. Because that's how some of the people in the South felt. Why y'all worried about us having slaves down here? This is our business. We rich. And who is those white people? Because now we at the point where we act like we did this shit ourselves. We freed ourselves. Yo, imagine if, because we do it, there be any white person. Imagine running up on just random white people with that. Oh, you should feel guilty. You got to feel guilty if you white about what happened to us. You don't even know if this person peoples, like what happened to John Brown. You think John Brown want to hear that shit? This nigga and all his sons go die? When Harriet Tubman was rescuing motherfuckers, it was black people snitching on her. All them white people rocking with her and helping her, and it was niggas down there, slaves, snitching on her. And we still got that in us. So I understand. They like Trump with the Venezuela, Trump with the Greenland, Trump with the Iran. You might be like, I'm not down with the whole Gaza thing. I understand that, right? But ain't it possible for you to disagree with two members? If your mother and your father arguing, ain't it possible for you to be like, Dad, you right here? Mom, you right here. You know the only way that's not possible is if your dad and your mom on some bullshit. But there should be nothing wrong with that. But your mom might tell you, nah, you gotta ride with me. Your dad might be like, nah, you gotta ride with me. And sometimes our liberal politicians, the Democrats, they be like, nah, you gotta ride with this.
Danger that you shift the balance here away from the freedom movement. And so I would be very, very cautious with doing this. I'm also kind of a stickler for the Constitution. I think you don't bomb anybody without asking the people through their representatives.
And yo, I'm kind of, I want the Constitution to rock out. I mean, I don't want nobody, hey, I tell you what, you see motherfuckers start to go change the Constitution around how they like, yeah, we might need to talk about that, right? And yeah, like he said, like Rand Paul, yo, leave it to the people. Leave it to the freedom movement out there in Iran, right? But what if the people in power like, oh, ain't nobody gonna help? All right, yo, just kill them all and lock the rest up. Because that's usually what they do when there's no consequences hanging over their head. You ever been around a person that don't know no consequences, ain't had no consequences in a long time? Remember when they used to say, spare the rod, spoil you the child? Part of the problem is, in these countries, these be overwhelming amounts of people protesting. In America, the whole America don't want Trump out. Because if the entire America wanted Trump out, the entire of anybody wants somebody out, that person is either out or it's going to be bloodshed. That's a fact.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong
Ain't
with
no
you?
revolution
What's wrong
happen
with
with
you?
no bloodshed.
What's wrong
So
with
a lot of y'all out
you?
here
Niggas
talking
are
about
crazy.
revolution and things changing. That don't happen without bloodshed. Sorry. But you spoil, you ain't used to no discipline, and you bugging clean out. You crashing out over nothing.